And she said how many rooms the house has, everything, perfect. She apparently made only one mistake. She said there was one door in the second floor in this wall. And they went up, there was no door. So the grandfather said, that is even more proof. Because there was a door here when she was alive, past life. And after she died, we closed this door. So that's even more proof. So there are people who came back. There was one story also in the Middle East. One boy, he remembered this past life, and he went to the police, and he told them who killed him in the past life. And he told them, I know where is my body. When in the forest, they made a tomb in the middle of it. He took them to there, and they got the criminal, they caught him. And he said, this is the man who killed me. He went to jail. They found proof. They found some proof that this is true, you know. So anyway, so you can't say people don't come back. People do come back. But the idea is not to come back again. Krishna promised that. Abrahma Bhuvanal Loka Puranavarti Arjuna Mamupetya Tukamtiya Punarjamma Navidyate. From the highest planet, Brahma Lok, to the lowest Patala Lok, is a place of death and suffering. But those who come back to me, Krishna said, they don't return to this material world. So that's the idea, how to prepare ourselves, knowing that Krishna is the actual doer. Everything is acting under his control. By his command, Lord Brahma creates. By his command, Vishnu maintains. By his command, Shiva destroys. That's it. Everything is done under his control. Material nature doesn't act independently. Act under Krishna's supervision. So knowing all that, we only need to take shelter of Lord Krishna. Then we will be in a safe position. Acting, thinking, willing is the nature of the mind. But when we act, when we think, feel, and will for the material sense gratification, we become entangled in the material life. But when we think, feel, and desire to serve Krishna, to serve the Lord, then we become disentangled from this material life, you know. So a man who's bound by ropes can't free himself. He needs somebody who's not bound to untie him. Two tied up men can't help each other. But if one free man can untie, then they can both be free. The same way, you know, we need the help of the Guru, Krishna, to disentangle ourselves from this big illusion. It's a big, big illusion. Very powerful illusion. All the universe is running through this big illusion that we are the body, we enjoy the body, we're happy. That's a big lie. Big lie. So we have to be like the parrot, very intelligent. The Guru said, fake your death, then you can get out of the cage. So we will do like that. But what means to fake our death? Means when some allurement comes, you play the death. No? You play the fool. You know? Like Jadabharat. Jadabharat, he was playing the fool purposely. So we will not get distracted by the people. No? So one day he was sitting under a palm tree, and one king was passing. So one of the caretakers, he hurt his foot, so he couldn't carry anymore the palanquin. So they asked him, serve your king. And Jadabharata didn't protest, although he was a great devotee, he didn't protest. He was carrying, you know. But suddenly the king stopped march. He said, what is this nonsense? Because the palanquin was going to the right, to the left, suddenly stopped, suddenly running. So the king was bumping his head against the palanquin. So he was very angry at the servant. And all the servant pointed to the new one, Jadabara. He's the one making us jump and stop and go around. He's the one. And what happened is that Jadabara, being a devotee, he didn't want to step on the ants on the road. So that's why he moved right, left, or run or stop. But the other carriers, they were in Tamagur. They didn't care to step on the poor ants. But he did care. Because he could see the ants also have soul. Paramatma's also there. We should not do that. Sometimes the devotee write me asking, what about if you have to kill the ants because they're coming into the home and create disturbance? I told them, then you have to accept the karma. But what can we do? Okay, you either find a way without killing them, or you have to accept the karma. You have to suffer the consequence. There's no way around it. That's the danger of the material world. Even if unknowingly you step on an ant, kill an ant, you have to pay for it. There's an accountant. This man killed an ant. This is how dangerous the material world is. What to speak of knowingly, killing like that. We should avoid this. We should avoid this. Very important. Anyway, there's a story of one worshipper of Goddess Durga, he went to a temple. Was Durga or Kali? Must be Kali, What happened to Jada Bharat also, his father would put him to guard at night the field, you have a vegetable field, so he put him to guard. So one night, some dacoits, they were looking for a man who escaped them. He was a retarded man. And so they found Jada Bharat and, he also looked retarded. So they throw a net on him and grabbed him and took him to their cave. And in that cave, they had a murti of Goddess Kali. They were worshipper of Goddess Kali. So they were going to kill him, sacrifice him in front of Goddess Kali. But Goddess Kali, she's devotee, so she would not allow a pure devotee be killed in front of her. So Goddess Kali came out of the murti and started killing all the dacoits with her associate with her. And they were, cutting all the heads of the dacoits. And the Rakshasi were playing ball with the heads, And they drinking the blood from the trunk of the body, very ghastly scene. So they would not allow a pure devotee to be killed in front of them like that. So, the story Prabhupada tells that worshipper of Goddess Durga, although Durga is a Vaishnavi, she doesn't eat meat. But people like to offer kill animals for her, isn't it? Especially in Kathmandu, Nepal, they sacrifice buffalo by thousands. But she is Vaishnavi. So who's accepting the offering? The Rakshasis who are with her. They accept. So instead of taking Durga Prasad, they are accepting Rakshasi Prasad. That's the truth. Isn't it? So all this killing, all this animal sacrifice, it is prohibited in Kali Yuga. Previously, in Dwapara Yuga, Treta Yuga, they were praying animal sacrifice, but they would revive the animal back to life with mantra. So to prove the power of the Vedic mantra, they would do this Gomeda Yagya, or horse, sacrifice. But in Kali Yuga it is prohibited because they can't revive back the animal. They don't have that power. They lost the power. Brahma Teja is lost. When Shringi cursed Maharaj Parikshit, all the Brahmanas lost their Brahma Teja, the power. They lost because of one Brahmin made mistake. So, anyway, we have to be conscious that we are not the doer. The material energy is the doer, but behind the material energy, Krishna is the doer. He's the doer. You know the saying, not even a blade of grass moves without the will of the Lord. Isn't it? And do you know from where this saying comes? From a story from the Puranas. That once, the Devatas asked the help of Lord Vishnu to fight against the Asuras. So with the help of Lord Vishnu, the Devatas were successful and they defeated the Asuras in battle, you know. So Devatas were very proud. Oh, we are so powerful, we're so strong, we defeated all these Asuras. So Lord Vishnu noticed their pride. I wanted to give them a lesson in humility. So Lord Vishnu took a blade of grass in his fingers and he told Vayu, can you blow this away? Very easy. He blew all his wind, nothing. No move, not an inch. He asked Agnidev, can you change color of this blade? Oh, he throws fire, nothing. No change of color. Indra, you have a thunderbolt, Vajra. Can you cut in half this? Oh, really easy. The thunderbolt was cut in half. So all Devatas understood that without the blessing of the Lord, they can't be successful. Not even a blade of grass move without the will of the Lord. They understood that. So from that Purana story came the saying. So we have to be aware that Krishna is giving permission. Unless he gives sanction, you can't even move a finger. He giving sanction. So knowing that, we should try to always offer all our activities to Krishna. And how we offer all our activities to Krishna? Because we know He's the supreme proprietor. He's the supreme enjoyer. He's the supreme friend. So Bhakti Thakur, he great devotee, he was magistrate, he was grihastha. He said, my dear Lord, if I work to maintain this house, it's because it is your house. This is your wife, this is not your children. I'm only here your servant. Please accept my humble service. Even if you have home, family to maintain house, never try to think that you are the owner, controller of the family. These are Krishna's family, this is Krishna's house. You have to offer your food to Krishna. You have to keep the house clean because it is Krishna's house. You have to maintain the family because it is Krishna's family. Of course, you have to share with the family Krishna consciousness. Try to make them devotee. That's your most important duty. And that way you will not be entangled. Even in family life, you can also be liberated if you follow the process of Krishna consciousness. So thank you very much for coming and listening. If anybody has any doubt or comment or question, please feel to ask. We can have a little conversation also. Yes.
So we are hearing the story about the Devatas and the demons, and not even the blade of grass moves without the sanction of Krishna.
That's correct.
God. So people can argue, taking advantage of this word, they can argue that whenever they do negative things, without the sanction of God, it doesn't happen anything. It's His will, that's why it's happening, and they can do all nonsense.
Yes, that's true. But that doesn't mean that is what Krishna desires you to do. Understand? Krishna very clearly says in the Bhagavad Gita what He wants from us. Is it? He said, Manmana, Baba Manbhakto, Madhyaji, Man Namaskuru. Think of me, become my devotee, offer your obeisance to me. That's what He wants from us. If you want to do whatever, He doesn't force you. You have your free will, but you have to pay karma for your actions. You have to suffer for your actions. Yeah, Krishna is giving permission. Even if you want to misbehave, Krishna is giving permission. But you take all the reaction, not Krishna. Because you're acting whimsically against the will of the Lord. So you have to suffer. So you want to suffer? That's up to you. That's your decision. Once a devotee asked Prabhupada, Prabhupada, is it true that Krishna created the material world so we can enjoy separately from him? Prabhupada said, yes, that is true. Then the devotee asked, but Prabhupada, Krishna is not fulfilling that because we are suffering like anything. And Prabhupada laughed and said, well, Krishna is not giving any guarantee. It's under your own risk you're coming. It's no guarantee that you will be happy. So why take the risk to go against Krishna's plan? Krishna's plan for all of us is, in this human life, get ready, prepare yourself, become Krishna conscious, go back home, back to God, and be happy forever. What is the problem? Is it difficult? You only have to follow the 4 rules. No meat eating, no gambling, no intoxication, no illicit sex. Is that too difficult? It's not so difficult. You can live without this. And chant Hare Krishna. And be happy. Well, what about I'm chanting Hare Krishna but I'm not happy? Then chant more Hare Krishna. If you go to a doctor and you say you get me this pill but it's not working, how many pills I asked you to take? You told me to take 2. Okay, now you take 4 every day. Increase the doses. So you're chanting a few rounds, you're not happy, increase the number. Chant more. Try to be more attentive in the chanting. Try to be humble and ask Krishna for help. So we have our choice. It's up to us. It's up to us to try to understand the philosophy of Krishna consciousness and try to apply it in our life and make our life happier, make our life less complicated. We complicate our life with so many things. Sometimes they ask me, what can I do? My job is very stressful, The boss is very demanding and this and that. Told them, okay, look, you try to do your best. Yudhishthira Maharaj, Arjuna's brother, he said, if you do your best in solving a situation, but still things don't come out the way you want, or the way people want, you are not guilty because you tried your best. So, do your duty, don't become attached to the result. That's what Krishna said in Bhagavad Gita. Fight for fighting, don't expect victory or defeat or to win or to lose or this or that. Just do your duty. Offer it to me. I will take care of the rest. So if one surrenders one's life to Krishna, he will take care. You don't have to worry so much. You do your best. Leave everything else to Krishna. Don't forget, Krishna is giving the ability to do your job. Krishna is giving the intelligence. Krishna is giving you everything. Now, why you are doing it, that's you need to know. Everything belongs to Krishna. So the house you're living in is also Krishna's house. You have to maintain the house of Krishna. You have to maintain the family of Krishna. You have to come to the temple. You have to chant. You have to join in the Sankirtan. Read Bhagavad Gita. Understand the purpose of human life. Don't waste your life in, idle things, frivolous things. Try to save time and use it properly in Krishna consciousness. Then we will be okay. Nothing is going to last forever anywhere in this world. Why worry so much? Huh? Okay, somebody tell me a problem. Does have solution? Yes, have solution. Then why you worry? And if it doesn't have solution, why you worry either? By worrying, it's not gonna make any difference. It's only on the mind. Everything is in the mind. So you want to have peace of mind? Do your best. Depend on Krishna. You know. Don't think yourself the controller, the enjoyer of the result. When we get something, we become happy. When we get failure, we become very distressed. Because we're attached to the result. But if we do our duty without attachment to the result, we will not be affected by the outcome, good or bad. That's the science of Bhakti Yoga, the science of Karma Yoga, acting without expecting result. That's the teaching of Krishna, the Bhagavad Gita. Is it? Any other comment? Questions? Very good, thank you so much. Hare Krishna, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.